Good afternoon, welcome to Deep Thoughts While Driving, me, myself, and I. As per usual, I just finished doing my Tuesday job, and the thought in my head is the importance of learning our history from our elders. This comes from a conversation I was just having with the wife of the client I take care of. At my age, all my grandparents have passed, and well, unfortunately they're all gone. And as I'm getting older, learning about my history, my family history, has become more and more important to me. So when you want to know about your family history and where you come from, who do you ask? Your grandparents. Well, mine are gone, so makes it very difficult. I've got a family member who is doing a family tree, and she has family records going as far back as 1763, I believe it is. 1700s, 17 something, I knew. 1760, 1790, one of the two. Way the hell back, anyhow. And for my dad's side of the family, that's a lot of family history to be able to go back. And she's been kind enough to share it with me. So about 5 out of 7 days of the week, I get emails from her, and I'll get anywhere from 5 to 25 records from the family tree that she sends me. So that I got instructions on get X number of binders, and this is how you color coordinate them, and so it follows the way the way she's got everything set up, so that you can keep track of. So you get to this year and this guy's family, so we're gonna have him blue, and his part of his branch of the family tree is this color, and then his brother is gonna be a different color, and so on and so on. So it's all color coordinated, which is pretty cool. I've got an aunt, well, actually technically a second cousin, but I grew up knowing her as an aunt, who's been doing my mom's side of the family tree. The problem is she uses that Ancestry website, so she keeps telling me she's going to send me a link. Then she sends me a link, and I'm supposed to have access to everything she has, but it wants me to pay for it. Well, I don't want to pay for it. She's paid for it. She's paying on a monthly basis to build a family tree on this crap and have their information added to the records that she has. Well, you're not going to ding me too. So then what am I going to do? I'm going to pay, I'm going to look at it. If I can download the information and then print it up, then I might do that once I've got my dad's side of this information. But yeah, I got family in Wales. I know that my grandmother was born and raised in Wales. So I know that I've got family there. Not that I would know in the slightest how to get in contact with any of them at all. So I've got the whole Welsh side of the family that I know nothing about, which makes me wonder what other parts of the family do I not know about? Like nationality wise, are we French? I know I've got American, Canadian, and Welsh. Apparently we got some French in there too. But people go, what nationality are you? Well, I'm Heinz 57. I am third generation, fourth generation Canadian. So I'm Canadian. That's what I am. Well, where did your ancestors come from? Well, I got no clue. I really don't know. So I've been interested in finding out some of this information. And I realized that the sources I would normally go to have been gone for, in some cases, 20 some odd years, 15, 20 years, which sucks. Because I'd love to, growing up, I have always been the person who would sit down with the elderly. Well, not just the elderly, but with the Yes, it's a stop sign. You have to stop. Sorry, guy who was gonna blow a stop sign and hit me. But I've always been a person who's always been willing to sit down with the elders, and I love it. Sit down with your elders. Pay attention to them. Listen to their stories. You would be amazed how much information you can learn, not just about your family, but about life in general. From sitting down and listening to your elders. I mean, prime example. You've got all these people who are preppers. Oh yeah. Well, I wanna be a prepper. I wanna have a subsistence lifestyle and my own homestead. Yada yada yada. Yeah, it's called what your grandparents used to do, jackass. Most of our grandparents, that looks like somebody I know. Anyhow, most of our grandparents were born and raised on farms. Or if they weren't, their parents were born and raised on farms. And, well, they grew what they needed to, sustain themselves and some extra so that they could sell it to make money and, make a living. So, all these people who want to, be preppers and all that stuff, go talk to your elders, man. Listen to what they have to say. Learn from them. There are so many skills right now that are being lost. How many people, if put in a situation, would know how to set snares and traps to trap animals for fur and food? If you go out to the lake to go camping and something happens and you can't get back into town, how are you going to take care of yourself? Can you live off of trapping small game, squirrels, rabbits, and stuff like that for your meat protein for food? Do you know what plants are safe to eat? Well, you know what? I bet your grandparents do. I bet if you go for a hike with, Nana and Papa out in the bush, in their favorite trails, they can point out the mushrooms right there that are safe to eat. They can point out the plants that they used to eat as kids. Oh, hey, look, there's squirrels. If I had a slingshot, I could probably take the eyes out, at 20 paces kind of thing. Well, really, Grandpa? Wow, Papa, that's amazing. Nah, it was what they did for fun back in the day. But they also took the squirrel, they skinned it, kept the fur, used it to make gloves, and ate the squirrel. This is stuff that, it's not even our ancestors, it's our elders. This is maybe not the parents, but, the grandparents that used to do all the time. This is how they lived. It's amazing how much information we've almost lost. A prime example is turn on the History Channel. I love the History Channel. One of the really popular TV shows right now, it's called Mountain Men. It's about trapping. People these guys who they still live with the fur trade. They trap animals and eat the meat, take the fur, tan it, to make money, to live. That's how they make their daily bread. Another one is Forged in Fire. You've got people who are still making knives, swords, and other sharp, pointy stuff. Yay. The old school way, where they took raw metal and beat it into a knife or into an axe to, cut down trees and stuff. Well, in this case, they're selling them usually for, their side business or whatever. But you can learn a lot. You can learn how to, if I had a forge, a coal forge or a propane forge, I've watched this show enough that I think I could probably learn to, adapt enough to actually make my own knives and axes and stuff. How to forge actual steel. It would take some trial and error, obviously. I mean, I'm not stupid. I've never tried it. But I've learned enough. I've gleaned enough knowledge from watching the show that if I had to, I am confident that I could start off and make something that could probably save my life. Maybe it wouldn't be the shiniest, most perfect knife in the world, but you know what? If I was in a Walking Dead situation, where you're off in Hilltop or something like that, I figure I could fake it enough until I practiced enough to got the skills up that I could become a blacksmith if needed. I wouldn't want to have to be stuck in that situation. I'd rather try it first, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility because you watch the show enough and you slowly learn knowledge on how to do this. It's not just that, but there's a lot of other stuff, a lot of history that people just don't realize we're losing. The reason why shows like Forged in Fire are so popular right now is because people want to learn this stuff and they realize there's skills that have been forgotten. So it's something you should check out. See what you can learn from your elders. Definitely be a good thing for you. Later.